Well, good evening, and welcome again to the 2012fab.com. I will be your host for this evening, and my name is Charlie Bluehawk. Last night, we talked about with the smallest effort, and how I spent my life seeing the potential in people, as opposed to, ignoring the facts of the matter. And yet I saw the potential in people, and I just knew, that with the smallest amount of effort, how absolutely amazing they could be, and how I wasted my life. You see, you can see someone's potential, but if they have no interest in achieving that potential, all you do is see them waste their lives. They're having fun, good for them. And how I wasted my life in dealing not with the way things are, with reality. Instead, I was seeing them how they could be. And so I will urge you personally, don't waste your life doing that. There's this wonderful saying that I absolutely love from one of the Batman movies. I think Batman Begins or something. And the quote is, "It's not who I am inside. It is what I do that defines me." And as I've told people, Satan herself could show up, and if she's nice to people, she helps folks, she's good to everyone, she treats everybody fairly. I don't care if she's Satan. All I care nowadays is what people do. I don't care who they are inside. I don't care at all, because it's a waste of life. So I've wasted my life. Please, for the love of the goddess, don't you waste yours. And so tonight I thought we might chat about intelligence equals stupidity, at least in our culture, and how easy it is to fool, to trick, to lie to someone who's very intelligent. See, an intelligent person sees the world as possibilities and as certainties. The intelligent person sees the possibilities of how the world can be and sees the certainties of the world if we are all intelligent and we all work together for a common cause. It never occurs to an intelligent person that anyone would select hatred over love. It doesn't occur to an intelligent person that someone would throw their life away. It doesn't occur to an intelligent person that somebody would self-destruct out of choice. The intelligent person sees that by working together, we can fix anything. We can achieve anything together. And so it's so easy to fool intelligent people, because it never occurs to an intelligent person that anyone would lie about simple things or even about important things. It's not logical. It's not reasonable. And therefore it cannot happen. Intelligent people live, frankly, in a fantasy world, because it's impossible for an intelligent person to think anybody would be that stupid. A good example, a very intelligent friend of mine used to work for the CIA. He is and was one of the good guys. And because he was very honest, very hardworking, a real achiever, he really believed in the American dream. He believed that America was, what's the Superman saying? Not liberty and justice for all, but the other one. Truth, justice, and the American way. My friend actually believes in America. He's a true patriot, and he's a good guy. Plus, he's unbelievably brilliant. And because he was unbelievably brilliant and just a genius at his job, he was, of course, targeted by the morons who now control the CIA, and they destroyed him. They set him up, and 3 years later, they pulled the plug on him, destroying him, his family, his way of life. And they left he and his family for dead. They abandoned them in the streets of Rome. Not only did the CIA, the morons at the CIA, destroy this brilliant, beautiful man's life and that of his family, they left him in the street to die in another country. As a consequence, I'm helping this friend of mine write his book, the real-life story of the tragedy of his life, and then we're going to turn it into a screenplay. And strangely enough, there's a tremendous amount of interest in this man's story from China, from producers and directors, and one major Chinese actress is very interested in the project. But as an intelligent man, he was so easy to set up. He was so easy to use, and then he was so easy to fire. He was so easy to destroy. And the morons at the CIA did it without a second thought. As an intelligent man, my friend went to the U.S. Embassy in Rome for help. He was ignored. As an intelligent man, he went to the CIA bureau chief in Rome and he was thrown out of the office. He says, not my problem. Somehow they managed to get back to the States. That's another long story you can read about in this book. But once they got back to the States, he did what an intelligent man, an American, a patriot, a believer in the Constitution, a believer in our laws and our government, he went to get an attorney. Several attorneys. They all stole his money. They called him names, and they abandoned him. As a good American, as a man who fought for his country, who defended this country overseas against terrorists, which of course were all created by the CIA, but he didn't know that. He went to the state senators. He was ignored. He went to the major media. He was ignored. An intelligent person is so easy to fool. Because my friend's story goes on and on. And he did, as an intelligent man, as a good American, as a patriot, he knew that the laws and justice and truth were on his side. And that what he would get, the monies that he was owed, because they owed him a lot of money, and he and his family would be okay. He knew that. And it never happened. As an intelligent man, as an American, he knew that the law was on his side. As an intelligent man, as a good American, as a patriot, as a warrior defending this country, he knew America was the land of justice, and he knew that truth would prevail. It never has. As an intelligent man, he knew that the law, he knew that the government was on his side. And they turned their backs on him. And so to be intelligent, to see the reasonable ways people should behave, the way things should happen, the way that we would, quote unquote, all expect things to be done. He's stupid. Because all the things that we know, none of them are true. All of these things don't exist. None of these things are real. I threw away the last 40 years of my life trying to help you. Because I knew that when the time came and you could no longer ignore reality, you would stand up and say, okay, Charlie, let's get this done. No, it was a fantasy I no longer have. In our society, to be intelligent, to think and to reason, to be logical, to see that attacking a nuclear power plant in Japan with HARP, which is one of the many things that HARP does, it's one of the things it can do is it's an earthquake weapon. They attacked Japan twice. And now there's radioactivity spilling into the seas and into the air. That's not logical, and therefore nobody would do it. Who would do that? I wouldn't do that, therefore nobody else would. The HARP weapon has been used on Japan twice, and now radioactive waste is spilling into the Pacific Ocean. And radioactivity is spreading across the western coast of the United States even as we speak. As an intelligent man, my friend sees the logic in having laws to govern our behavior and a system of justice in place to address issues of wrongdoing. The truth is, his rights don't exist, neither do yours. And so to be intelligent in our society is to be completely blind to reality. Reality and logic and reason and intelligence have nothing in common. They're all alien concepts. See, in science and methodology, there's a standard measuring stick, say in psychology. In psychology, whatever the majority of the population considers to be normal is normal. That's how you judge insanity. Do most people think this is normal? Okay, then that must be sanity. If you don't believe that, then you are insane. So, for example, if you live in a country where shooting black people in the streets because they're black, and you don't shoot black people, well, then you're abnormal. You're sick. You need to be put in the hospital. So if you live in a country where hating Muslims is normal and natural and expected, and then you turn around and marry a Muslim, well, by the definition of that society, you're sick. And again, you need to be put into a mental hospital or put in prison. So if you live in a world of lies and chaos and madness, and you are intelligent, and you see the way things should be, and you ignore the way the facts are, what reality really is, then you are stupid. God knows I'm stupid. Yeah, but I'm getting better. Slowly I see the way things are and not the way we are told they are. And those two phrases I taught you the other day keep coming back to me. You did not see that. That never happened. And of course, my response, my magic counterspell to evil, it's really simple. And that's what it really gets down to, words. I listen to what you say, and then I watch what you do. And I'll tell you something, the spoken word has power. The written word has infinite power because it can be repeated forever without you. So take this phrase and spread it around. I listen to what you say, then I watch what you do. Write it down, spread it around the internet. Let's counter some evil for a change. What the heck, we're here. Let's spend a few minutes doing it. And as always, I'm hoping that there are a few more people just like you and I who feel the way that you and I do. And perhaps we'll have a chance at the village. For all of us here at the2012fad.com, this is Charlie Bluehawk, wishing you a really good day and reminding you, please, keep that one good thought. The 2012 Fad is brought to you by Coffee and Blood, Love Letters Between the Dead, a series of 5 erotica horror novels about a fallen angel finding his way back to regain his own soul, and how the CIA war against the human race. Their black magic captures and traps him in the body of a mind-controlled slave designed to hunt down and to kill their god, their Satan.